Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Part 3 Crusher, back at it again with another tabletop knife review. And this time we got something different. Something less tactical, something more appropriate for a very stylish, a very basic, and very budget-friendly EDC carry. Wow! Yes, of course, I'm talking about the Opinel No. 8. One of the best knives for budget EDC, and a little bit of survival, just a little bit. Why do I say a little bit? Well, if I can show you, that's why. A 90-degree spine on a frickin' folding knife. So, there's that. And, I don't think you could complain with a folding knife that shoots sparks off a ferrocerium rod or a ferro rod just as good as my fixed blades. I don't really think you can complain with that. Because not even my Benchmade, which is $106, not even my Kershaw Emerson, which is $40, and not even my Gerber PR 3.0, which is like, I don't know, $12, $13, can shoot sparks. None of these blades can shoot sparks, except this one right here. So, yeah, that's a pretty big deal. So I think you should have one of these in your wilderness bags just because of that. So, but I mean, there's also other reasons too. I mean, not just the shooting sparks. That's the only reason why you should buy this. No, there's other reasons here. I'm going to keep these lined up because they're going to be used later on in the video. But there's other reasons. Like, it's $12. And a 3.5-inch blade. It's very basic and rudimentary, and if you lose it, break it, or it gets stolen, you can go replace it easily at Amazon or at your local knife dealership for another $12. It doesn't matter. And plus, it's carbon steel. So, there's also that. But, I mean, it's just very basic. That's the big deal. It's very basic. It has no thrills. There's no G10 and Axis lock, extreme 1,000-pound lock bar, torsion, spring assist, nothing. Very basic. It's a nail nick with a collar lock. That's what I'm going to call it, just a collar lock, because that's what it really is. Sliding lock, whatever. That's it. This is the knife, and it's a wood handle. So this is a very stylish and it's a very pretty knife. I mean, the people at Opinel have really hit a home run here, and it's a full flat ground blade, so it's very good for food prep in the field and at home. And it's also good for cutting. This is going to be a great cutter. I haven't used it quite yet. I've used it to cut some few things, but nothing like cardboard or nothing. So, but full flat ground blades are great at cutting. And plus, this thing is so easy to sharpen. It comes razor blade sharp right out the package. And this thing didn't come in a package. This thing came in a display case at Overwatch Supply. He has a display of 6, 7s, and 8s, and all beechwood, all of them are carbon. So check him out if you want to Opinel. He has quite a few of them. So, but let's go ahead and compare it. You know, here we have the same price point, Gerber 3.0, and you know, of course, with the serrated, which I don't like. But let's go ahead, look at the blade length. And of course, you know, this has a 3-inch blade, and this has a 3.5-inch blade, so it's a little bit bigger. Weight, the Opinel is definitely lighter. This one, it has a thick scales and full liners. So, no pocket clip though. That's one thing that doesn't have is a pocket clip. But you know, this isn't about that. You know, the Opinel, it wasn't about that. It's not supposed to be like. This is a farming knife. This is a peasant knife. This is a basic knife that will get you through the workday and do whatever you want with it. And if something bad happens, it's not going to cost a farmer or a peasant much money. It's very affordable for a lot of people, including me, where I work at a minimum wage job. So quite affordable for me. But I mean, no thrills, no tacticalness. So very basic. And then let's go ahead and compare it to my Kershaw CQC 6K. This is, the G10 and stainless. So this is definitely heavier. I mean, this is like just a feather compared to this. But same blade length, 3.5 inches. A little bit more width on this blade, but not by much though, actually. Not by much, if you can see that. So, not by much. Maybe a half an inch more. And then, of course, my pride and joy, my Griptilian. Of course, same blade length. A lot more, I don't know why I said that. A lot more blade because of this hump here. This is not a standard, blade. This is a sheep's foot blade. Oh, my nose is a little runny. But, compare weight here. Let me close this up. Because a Griptilian is, fairly light. You know what? I actually think the Opinel's lighter. Yeah, the Opinel's definitely lighter than the Griptilian. Wow, that's pretty good, because the Griptilian weighs 3.5 ounces, so this 2.5, 3 ounces, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. I haven't looked it up, and I mean, there's not really much to look up about it. What do you want to know? The weight is a lot lighter than a Griptilian, and most of y'all should know Griptilian's pretty light, 3.5 ounces. If it's lighter than that, it's light. So, it's a wood handle. So, a wood handle's great because you can do a lot of things with it, like customizing and adding mods. So, what I'm planning to do, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to take out this back end here and I curve it downwards. So, kind of like a Warncliffe looking blade. Like, let's say this was a blade. It's going to kind of look like a Warncliffe blade here. And then smooth this out, because I'm not a big fan of this area right here. It's kind of the swedged area. It's nice, but it's a little fat. Then I'm going to add a bigger indention right here, just for the nail nicks, because this nail nick's a little hard to get to sometimes. So, and then we'll put some tarnish up here, make it look aged, and then I'm going to super blue the blade, which is going to look very nice. I've seen it before. It comes out very nice. And I don't know if that's the carbon or the stainless. It may be the stainless that you get super blue. I don't know. I'm not big into the bluing. I don't know a lot about that. But I'm gonna kind of burn this. Gonna kind of char the wood just a little bit, just the tiniest of bits, to kind of give it that aged look. Sand it all down, give it an aged look. Then I'm going to put a dark lacquer finish on it and really shine this thing up and make it look nice. And it should, I may link the video down below if I can find it in time. And it's going to look nice. I've seen the guy, I'm copying a guy who did this design, and it looked very pretty. It was very pretty. And it looked more like a peasant blade then. This looks like a peasant blade, yes, but it just looked nice. It looked like an older, like medieval peasant blade. So it had that very pretty look to it. And the tarnish and the bluing and just the dark finish down here, it just popped this knife and it made it stand out. So if you go to something like a Renaissance fair a lot, this is probably what you want to be carrying, because this just looks like a medieval knife, kind of. This just looks like it just gives you that aged look. This is this old, just an old standard, but it's still good today. That's what I like about this knife. But let's go ahead and do some cut testing here. If I can get some paper out. Move the other blades off the side here. Here we got some standard paper. Yeah, this is no problem. Very easy to cut. Just full flat grind blade. And plus it comes razor sharp. yeah, this sucker is just chewing up this paper. Oh, tore it. Alright, yeah, this was a very easy task. So, see if I can close it. There we go. Let's go ahead and clean up our mess. Very easy task. So, pros and cons and why I like this knife. Few cons, you know, pocket clip, yeah, of course, you want a pocket clip, but that's not what this knife is. It's not a pocket clip knife, so I can't really take off anything. That's just a personal preference. I don't know, this back end, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But I do like how you can mod it out. It came dinged a little bit, but, you know, that's just wood for you, beech wood. There's a little, I don't know, I think I'm going to have to do some grinding here because there's a upswept, they didn't really do a full, this is not flat down here, it's kind of it's kind of higher on one end than the other, on the right, on the blade here. So I'm going to take a file and some sandpaper, some heavy grit sandpaper to this. It shouldn't be too, that should be too difficult. I mean, it's a $12 peasant knife. Can you ask for, you know, there's going to be some imperfections. And I can't say anything about that. I knew what I was getting into. But pros, very basic. $12, full flat grind, razor blade sharp, a beautiful knife, and a beautiful logo. Look at this logo, guys. Look at that logo. Let's see if I can zoom it in. Ow, poked myself. Look at that logo. It's a kind of like a two fingers pointing to a crown. I just like that logo. That logo looks nice. So I know. It's like, out of all the things, you like the logo. That's a pro. Yeah, I'm weird like that. But light. It's very light. Very basic lock. You know, it's stiff, and so it's a little stiff to open, which is nice because, you know, it's not gonna. That means it's going to be a little bit difficult if you're pushing down on it to close on you, and it's not just going to snap on you. It's going to just slowly close. So I like that. Very basic. So if you have to take this apart, it's just a pin that's holding this blade in. Just a pin. And this collar here. I mean, it's just a very nice knife, and plus it being a carbon blade. And where did I put that thing? Up here it is. And plus being able to do this, let's see if I can, I don't know if I don't want to burn the blade just yet. Here's a big pro right here. This is a big pro. Just, woo, see what I mean? See what I mean? You want to lock this. That's a big pro. That's just a big pro for me. So, I can't complain with this knife. I really thoroughly enjoy this blade. And I think you will too if you go out and purchase one. I highly recommend. 5 out of 5 stars. I'm just going to give it the Spartan seal of approval here. And I think right now, when you're done watching this video, go on Amazon. Call your local knife dealership. I don't care if it's midnight. Wake his ass up and buy one of these things. Why? Because they're amazing. So that's it for me, guys. I mean, what more do you want me to say? This knife is amazing. You know, God sent this. God made this from His hands. No, it's just an amazing knife. Just great quality. Very basic. I keep dropping this damn thing. So, but yeah, that's it for me, guys. So leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. And I'm Spartan 3 Crusher, and I'm signing out, guys.